Welcome to my channel. Today's video we are going to study about the second unit. The second unit is the analysis of continuous time signals. Okay, so in first unit we discussed the classification of signals and system. Okay, so we classified the signals into different types and systems into different types. In the second unit we are going to discuss about the analysis of continuous time signals, that is X of t. So X of t we are going to analyze. So in order to analyze the continuous time signal, we are going to take the three mathematical tool. One is Fourier series, another one is Fourier transform, and the third one is a Laplace transform. So in this unit, we are going to see the three topics. One is Fourier series, another one is a Fourier transform, the continuous time Fourier transform, and the third one is a Laplace transform. Okay. We already discussed the Fourier transform and properties, Laplace transform and properties also. So now we are going to analyze the continuous time signal using Fourier series. Okay. So what is mean by analysis means the analysis is said to be, so in the given signal, so what are the frequency components available? Okay. So that signal is having, what is the frequency component available in the given frequency? What is their amplitude? What is the nature? Okay, so what is the shape of the signal? These are all the said to be analysis. Okay, so first one, we are going to analyze this signal using Fourier series. Okay, so in the analysis, there are two types of representation of signal is there. One is frequency domain representation, another one is time domain representation. Okay, simply we are drawing one sinusoidal graph. The x of t equal to a sine omega t means we are drawing one sinusoidal waveform. Okay, so that graph is a time domain representation. Okay, so since in the time domain representation, so that time domain representation is not sufficient for the signal analysis. Okay, so in application wise, we are seeing the time domain representation is not sufficient. Okay, so that's why we are moving to the next representation. It is called as a frequency domain representation. Okay, so what is frequency domain representation? That is, we are going to represent the signal in terms of frequency, that is x of omega. Okay, so for the signal x of t, we are taking Fourier transform means what is the answer? Capital X of j omega. So the x of j omega is said to be the one of the frequency domain representation. Okay, so the signal represented in frequency domain is called as a frequency domain representation. So other name of the frequency domain representation is said to be the line spectrum. Okay, so if you want to analyze the signal means, so in the question they are asking draw the spectrum. Okay, draw the spectrum for the given signal x of t equal to some e power minus a modulus t they are giving. So what is mean by spectrum means, the line spectrum means the line spectrum, it consists of the two graphs. Okay, so one is the frequency spectrum or magnitude spectrum, another one is a phase spectrum. Okay, so what is frequency spectrum means? A graph of the amplitude versus the frequency omega or frequency f. Okay, if you are drawing one graph for the magnitude or amplitude versus frequency means it is said to be the frequency spectrum or magnitude spectrum. And another one is a phase spectrum. So the graph of the phase versus frequency, it is said to be the phase spectrum. So combinedly, these two spectrum graphs are called as a line spectrum. Okay, so line spectrum. So we may draw these two graphs using either Fourier series or Fourier transform. So in the Fourier transform problem, we draw the, that is we drawn the for a different signal, we obtain the line spectrum graph. Okay, so that is the thing. So these are all the that is in the time domain representation gives what is the information means, from the time domain representation we can say what is the shape of the signal. Okay, so using the graph we can say it is a sinusoidal waveform, it is a cosine waveform, it is a triangular waveform we can say. So the shape of the signal, and we will calculate the frequency, that is after calculating the time period 1 divided by the time period, it is called as a frequency. And the third one is a type of signal. Okay, which type of signal is this? Okay, we can say, and it is using that one we can calculate the one cycle period, that is time period. So the time domain in representation gives the following information. One is the shape of the signal, which type of the signal is this, the time period and frequency. Okay, so the remaining thing, it is not at all given by the time domain representation. That's why we are moving to the frequency domain representation. Okay, so in this, in order to convert this time domain representation into the frequency domain representation only, we are using the mathematical tools like Fourier series, Fourier transform and Laplace transform. So what is the use of these transform means? In order to convert the time domain signal into the frequency domain representation, it is said to be the that is the use of the transforms. Okay, so in this, we are going to study about the Fourier series. Okay, continuous time Fourier series. Why the name is continuous time Fourier series means, using this Fourier series, we are going to analyze the continuous time signal x of t. So that's why this Fourier series is called as continuous time Fourier series. Okay, so first one. So in the Fourier series, what we are going to do means, this Fourier series is applicable only for the periodic signal. Okay, periodic signal only we can apply this Fourier series. The non-periodic signal, it is not applied the Fourier series. So in Fourier series represents a periodic waveform in the form of sum of infinite number of sine and cosine term. Okay, we are going to represent any signal x of t in terms of infinite number of addition of sine term and cosine term. So that representation we are calling it as a Fourier series representation. Okay, and this Fourier series, it is a tool, it is used to analyze any periodic signal. Okay, so it is a powerful tool in order to analyze any periodic signal. It is an important thing. The Fourier series is only used to analyze periodic signal. Okay, and after the analysis using this Fourier series, so what are all the information we should know? We will know means, so what are all the frequency components are present in the signal? Okay, we can calculate, and their amplitude. Okay, this frequency is having this much amplitude, this frequency is having this much amplitude, we can calculate. And the third one is the relative, the phase difference between these frequency component. Okay, so what is the phase difference between the frequency omega 1 and omega 2? We can calculate. Okay, so this type of representation, it is called as a frequency domain representation. Okay, so the Fourier series is used to convert the time domain representation into its frequency domain representation. So from the frequency domain representation, we can calculate what are the frequency component present in the signal, their amplitudes and relative phase difference we may calculate. So these are all the advantages of the Fourier series. Okay, and the next one, in this Fourier series representation, there are three different types is there. Okay, so it is a, so in the December 2010, so one 4-mark question they are asking, that is discuss that is what are all the three different types of Fourier series representation and give their formulas. Okay, so it is a one question, and in 2 marks also this question it may come, and using this formula only we are going to solve the big question part B problems. Okay, so what are the three different types of Fourier series representation means, trigonometric Fourier series. So the other name of trigonometric Fourier series is a quadrature Fourier series. Okay, so why the name is trigonometric or quadrature means, so in this Fourier series representation we are going to use the term sine and cosine. Okay, so that's why the name is called as trigonometric Fourier series. And the second Fourier series, polar Fourier series. Okay, in this polar, the other name of the polar Fourier series is a cosine Fourier series. Okay, why it is called as cosine Fourier series means, in this representation we are going to express any signal x of t only in terms of cosine. Okay, cos term. That's why it is called as a cosine Fourier series. And the third one is a exponential Fourier series. Okay, so the name itself answer is there, exponential. So in this any signal x of t we are going to represent as a e power j omega t or e power minus j omega t. That's why the name is called as exponential Fourier series. So these are all the three different types of Fourier series representation. Okay, and we will see one by one the formula we will see. So the first one is trigonometric Fourier series. Okay, so in this trigonometric Fourier series, any periodic signal x of t with the time period capital T naught is represented by represented by follows as, you see, the any signal x of t, it can be expressed as a naught plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n omega naught t plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n omega naught t. So this is the representation of any periodic signal x of t in trigonometric Fourier series. Okay. So in this, the value a naught, a n, b n is said to be the this trigonometric Fourier series coefficient. Okay, a naught, a n, b n are the Fourier series coefficients. Okay, so we have to calculate this coefficient using the expressions which is as follows. Okay, you see the a naught coefficient is calculated by, the formula is that 1 divided by t naught. Here t naught is the time period. Okay, fundamental time period. 1 divided by t naught integration over t to t plus t naught. What is integration over t to t plus t naught? Means integration over one cycle period. So integration over one cycle period, the given signal x of t dt. Okay, so this is the formula in order to find out the a naught value. So a naught is simply 1 divided by time period, integration over one cycle period, the given signal into dt. Okay, so this a naught, this formula, it indicates that it is a average value of the given signal x of t. Okay, this formula is used to calculate the average value or dc component of the x of t. Okay, so that's why the component a naught is said to be the dc component. Okay, and an and bn is calculated by an equal to 2 divided by t naught and bn is also 2 divided by t naught. This a naught is 1 divided by t naught. Okay, so 2 divided by t naught integration over one cycle period, the x of t signal multiplied with cos n omega naught t into dt. Okay, so we have to multiply the given signal x of t with cos n omega naught t and we have to integrate and we have to multiply with 2 by t naught, means it is the coefficient an. Similarly, the bn is calculated by 2 by t naught integration over one cycle period x of t sin n omega naught t dt. So what is the difference between an and bn? Means in an we are multiplying cos n omega naught t with x of t. In bn sin n omega naught t with x of t. Okay, so this is the Fourier series coefficient in a trigonometric Fourier series. Okay, and after calculating this a naught, an, bn, we have to substitute in this x of t equation and we have to expand. Okay, so expand means that is the Fourier series representation of the given signal x of t. Okay, so if you are expanding this x of t, this equation number 1 means we may get, you see, if you are expanding that equation, we may get x of t equal to a naught plus that summation, you know, the summation n equal to 1 to infinity. Okay, you know, first we have to substitute n equal to 1. If you are substituting n equal to 1, a1 cos omega naught t plus n equal to 2 means a2 cos 2n omega naught t. Okay, so if you are expanding that equation, we get x of t equal to a naught plus a1 cos omega naught t plus a2 cos 2 omega naught t plus etc. Similarly, in the third term, if you are expanding, b1 sin omega naught t plus b2 sin 2 omega naught t etc. Okay, so in this, so this is the, this representation is called as the trigonometric. Okay, so already we studied the statement of Fourier series. What is Fourier series? In Fourier series representation, any periodic signal can be expressed as a sum of infinite number of sine term and cosine term. Okay, you see in the above thing, the x of t is expressed as a1 cos omega naught t. This is one cosine term, cos 2 omega naught t. Similarly, sine omega naught t, sine 2 omega. So infinite number of sine and cosine term we are going to express. So this is said to be the Fourier series representation. So in this representation, you see this constant a naught. This a naught is said to be the DC value of the given signal or average value. And you see a1 cos omega naught t, b1 sin omega naught t. So these two signal is having the fundamental frequency omega naught. Okay, so these two components are called as fundamental component. And the next term you see cos 2 omega naught t, sin 2 omega naught t. So these two components are said to be second harmonics. Okay, And the third term cos 3 omega naught 3 sin 3 omega naught 3, it is a third harmonic and so on. Okay, so here the periodic signal, it can be expressed as an addition of DC value plus fundamental frequency component plus second harmonic plus third harmonic and etc. So this representation, it is said to be the trigonometric Fourier series representation. Okay, so in trigonometric means, any signal x of t can be expressed as a cosine term and sine term. Okay, a naught plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n omega naught t plus summation bn sin n omega naught t. It is said to be the trigonometric Fourier series. Okay. Then the second type of Fourier series, it is a polar Fourier series or cosine Fourier series. So in this Fourier series, that is we are going to reduce the trigonometric Fourier series into this polar Fourier series. So in the trigonometric Fourier series, the sine and cosine terms are there. Okay, the sine term and cosine terms are there. So in the sine and cosine term, we are going to combine. Okay, we are going to combine, and we will give it to the next Fourier series. It is a polar Fourier series. Okay, so in this this Fourier series is derived from the trigonometric Fourier series by combining the sine and cosine terms of the same frequencies. So in this Fourier series, any signal x of t can be expressed as c naught plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity cn cos n omega naught t plus pi n. Okay, so that is the third term in trigonometric Fourier series. There are three terms. One is the constant term, another one is cosine term, and the third term is sine term. Okay, so here the sine term is not available, only cosine term and constant. So c naught plus summation cn cos n omega naught t plus pi n. So additionally this pi n, it will come. Okay, so what is this C naught means? This C naught is said to be the A naught formula in the trigonometric Fourier series. Okay, so what is the formula for the A naught? The 1 by T naught. The C naught is said to be the A naught in the trigonometric Fourier series. Okay, this A naught only 1 by T naught integration over one cycle period x of t dt. This is said to be the C naught formula. Okay, the C naught is same as that of the A naught. And what is this Cn? Okay, this Fourier series coefficient Cn means it is nothing but it's a square root of an squared plus bn squared. What is an and bn? The an and bn is a trigonometric Fourier series coefficient. Okay, what is the formula for the an? An is 2 divided by t naught. This integration over one cycle period x of t cos n omega naught t. Bn is 2 by t naught integration x of t sin n omega naught t. Okay, so this an squared bn squared, the square root, it is said to be the Cn. So if we want to represent any signal in cosine Fourier series means first we have to calculate the trigonometric Fourier series coefficient A naught, An, Bn. Okay, after calculating A naught, An, Bn only, the A naught is nothing but C naught, and the using An and Bn we may calculate the Cn value. Okay, and this angle pi n. Okay, this phase angle is calculated by the formula minus tan inverse of bn divided by an. Okay, this is the formula to find pi n. Okay, so after calculating c naught, cn, pi n, we have to substitute this value in the above equation. Okay, and above equation, and we have to express. So if you are expanding this equation means we may get, you see, c naught plus if you are putting n equal to 1 means c1 cos omega naught t plus pi 1 plus c2 cos 2 omega naught t plus pi 2 etc. Okay, so in this representation only the given signal x of t can be expressed as a addition of cosine terms. Okay, the fundamental frequency, this cos omega naught t is a fundamental frequency component. Cos 2 omega naught means it is a second harmonic, third harmonic, etc. Okay, so this representation is called as the cosine Fourier series or polar Fourier series. Okay, so using this we may draw the phase diagram, that is the line spectrum, in an easy manner. Okay, so but from this the modulus of the Cn, that is the line spectrum, the line spectrum consists of two graphs. The first one is amplitude spectrum, another one is a phase spectrum. What is amplitude spectrum? The magnitude, the amplitude value, that is the modulus of Cn versus frequency, it is called as the magnitude spectrum, and the angle pi versus frequency, it is called as the phase spectrum. In polar Fourier series, we may draw the line spectrum diagram in an easy manner. Okay, so you see C0. C0 means the C0 is available at the frequency 0. So in 0, what is the value of C0? And the fundamental frequency at omega naught, the component is C1. Similarly, in second 2f0, the component is C2, C3, etc. Okay, so we may draw. Similarly, the angle pi 1, pi 2, pi 3. So this is said to be the line spectrum. Okay, and the third type of Fourier series, it is an exponential Fourier series. Okay, so in the exponential Fourier series, so in the name itself, answer is there. Okay, so in the trigonometric Fourier series, both sine term and cosine term is available. Okay, you see, in trigonometric Fourier series, any signal x of t can be expressed as an addition of cosine term and sine term. In the second cosine Fourier series, the sine term and cosine term we are combining, only we will give the cosine term. It's a cosine Fourier series. In exponential Fourier series, this cosine and sine term we are going to express in a e power using Euler's identity. Okay, so you know the relation between the e power j theta and cos theta. Okay, so you know what is cos theta? Cos theta can be written as e power j theta plus e power minus j theta divided by 2. Similarly, what is sine theta? E power j theta minus e power minus j theta divided by 2j. Okay. So using this, the sine and cosine terms, we have to express in terms of a exponential thing. Okay. So that Fourier series, it is called as a exponential Fourier series. So in exponential Fourier series, any periodic signal x of t, it can be expressed as a, you see the formula, x of t equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity Cn into e power jn omega naught t. Okay, this is the formula to express any signal x of t in an exponential Fourier series. Summation. So in the previous two things, the summation ranges from n equal to 1 to infinity positive. But in this, the summation ranges from n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, Cn e power jn omega naught t. Okay, that's all. This is a simple formula. So where this Cn is said to be the Fourier series coefficient, exponential Fourier series coefficient. So this coefficient is calculated by 1 divided by t naught integration over one cycle period x of t into e power minus jn omega naught t into dt. Okay, here the x of t is multiplied with e power minus jn omega naught t dt. So this is the formula to find the Cn value. So after calculating the Cn value, you substitute in the above equation, and if you are expanding means that is a exponential Fourier series representation of the given signal. Okay, so this is a third type of representation. Okay, and in this thing, from this exponential Fourier series, if we want to draw the spectrum means the amplitude spectrum is nothing but the modulus of the Cn value versus frequency. And the phase spectrum is calculated by phase spectrum, the pi versus frequency. Okay, how to calculate the modulus of Cn means, so the Cn answer, it may come in a complex quantity, real plus imaginary. Okay, so the modulus of Cn is nothing but square root of real part of the Cn squared plus imaginary part of the Cn squared. Okay, and the angle pi n is calculated by tan inverse of imaginary part of Cn divided by real part of Cn. Okay, so this is these are all the three types of Fourier series representation. Okay, so these three Fourier series representation is used to express any signal, used to express any periodic signal. That is important, any periodic signal in a frequency domain representation. And after calculating the frequency domain representation, we may draw the amplitude spectrum and the phase spectrum in an easy manner. Okay, so in the next video, we are going to see the problems related to this Fourier series. Okay, thanks for watching, and please subscribe my channel for more videos and keep watching. Thank you.